101 2.
Thank you for calling 101. We're connecting you to the Metropolitan Police. If you require an alternative force, press hash.
Yeah, I do.
Welcome to the Metropolitan Police. This is Bernard Hogan Howe, the Commissioner.
Yeah.
An operator will be with you as soon as possible. If your call is an emergency, please hang up and redial 999. Please note your call may be recorded.
Thank you very much, Bernard, for giving me permission to record. I think I will.
Hello, police operator, how can I help?
Yeah, hi. Well, it's a little bit of a complicated issue, really, but I'm talking about an incident that occurred last year with a bus driver.
Right.
He assaulted me.
Yep.
And yet he has not been charged with an assault. He's been charged with and pleaded guilty to a driving offence.
Right.
But he locked my arm in the door and he dragged me 85 yards down the road, deliberately. There was a busload of screaming passengers and he just kept his foot down. But, you know, he has not been charged criminally. He's only been done for a traffic violation.
Do you know who the name of the officer in the case is?
Well, no, but it was an ST. I've got a shoulder number. It was an ST8198. But they're traffic cops. They're not cops, criminal. I've got a CAD number as well, but it's sort of cross-contaminated with traffic incident. And it's incredible. I just don't understand. Here I am, a victim, and I'm not allowed to testify in court. I've been a defendant, and I've had my rights stripped away by a judge, and now I'm being evicted. There's something going on. I know for a fact that Barnet Council has been diverting criminal trial evidence against me, and maybe it's happened with this bus driver. It's
okay,
like...
So what is it that you want at the moment?
Well, the court and case progressions of people are saying report it to the police. So the assault that the bus driver did on me.
Okay, and was that all reported at the time? Was a statement taken from you?
Well, the guy who turned up, the traffic cop, took a statement of truth, but it wasn't really incomplete. I've measured up the distances. In real time, I thought it was about 40 yards, but it wasn't. It was 85. And the way that this bus driver was in court yesterday appealing against his own guilty plea in April. Now, in April, to cut a long story short, the Traffic Crime Management Unit weren't even going to prosecute him.
So what offence did they charge him with?
Careless driving.
Right, and...
Undue care and attention.
Okay, so at the time... Was the assault reported to the officer who attended?
Yeah. They took about 4 witness statements of the people on the bus. They took about 4 witness statements from people in the street, and my one, which I never received a copy of. The cop said, I will get back to you within a week because I'm a professional. I recorded it on my spy camera. The whole incident is on my spy camera, and no one has come to me.
And when was this incident?
It was on the 12th of September last year.
Okay, and has something happened that's made you call up today, or...?
Yeah, yesterday, where he appealed against his own guilty plea, because on April the 8th, like I was trying to say, the Traffic Crime Management Unit were not going to prosecute him. So it got to a few days before the 6 months, and I gave him a bollocking over the phone. They did prosecute him. But they said the trial date is set for April the 8th. That's just an arraignment. You don't have to be there. Fill in this form when you're on holiday, blah, blah, blah. So it was set to go for a trial. This was just an arraignment hearing. He pleaded guilty by post.
Right.
And then yesterday, so I phoned the cops to say, look, what's happened? And the cop I spoke to over the phone, like yourself, said, go back to the court and get it reopened. So I wrote to the court to reopen it to prosecute him. I get a phone call about 2 weeks later from the traffic crime, well, she's calling herself Traffic CPS.
Right.
And she phoned me up saying, I'm not sure what's happened here. It looks like the driver's appealed. I've said, well, no, maybe it's because of my paperwork asking to re-prosecute him.
Right.
So I turned up at court yesterday with it in my head to re-prosecute him. This is the start of a criminal trial. Whereas in fact, the magistrate said, you are not in a position to testify, and the driver was slagging me and my girlfriend off, who was a witness, and he's had it reduced from a £600 fine down to a £50 fine. So in fact, they actually had an appeal hearing yesterday. Whereas I thought it was a retrial to start him.
So when did you find out he'd only been charged with...
well, I'm not sure what he was charged with, but it was only a traffic offence, undue care and attention, I believe.
When did you find that out?
Yesterday.
You only found that out yesterday?
Yeah, but I still don't know what his actual charge was. That's what they were talking about, undue care and attention.
Right, hold the line for me, alright? I'm going to need to...
It's more than a common assault. He used a London transport bus as a weapon. He even told the magistrate we've had previous problems, and we have. I put complaints into him, and then he picks on you even more.
And what was the assault? What did he do exactly?
He locked my arm in the door, and he just drove away.
Did he do that on purpose, or was that an accident?
No, it was on purpose. Even if it was an accident, he had a busload of screaming passengers throughout the whole incident, 85 metres.
Was it following an argument, or...?
Well, it's a semi-argument, yeah. He didn't stop on the Howland ride outside my house. So I managed to meet up with him at Sainsbury's, which is only through the park for me, and it's like a 7-minute journey for him. But and that's where it occurred, at Sainsbury's. He locked my arm in the door and he drove me a little bit further on than Pizza Hut in East Barnet Road, Barnet.
Alright, just hold the line for me just for a moment. I need to
it needs to be done for at least common assault.
Hold the line, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, hi there, sir.
Hi, sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay.
I was just having
I know it's complicated.
Speaking to our supervisor and just seeing which ways we can proceed from here.
Yeah.
Okay, from here what we could do, well, we can either contact the original officer that dealt with it and ask them to make contact with you to try and, find out why it wasn't, treated as an assault.
Criminal, yeah.
Or the alternative is, if you didn't want to wait to hear from the officer, is to put it as a complaint to the traffic, and then one of their duty officers would have to call you back and discuss it from there,
I've been getting into arguments with the Traffic Crime Management Unit, and I really have. I'm going to publish the phone calls on YouTube, because I'm just sick of this woman just patronising me. She wasn't going to prosecute him until the very last minute. Well, I gave her a rollicking. And the CPS who actually handled the case yesterday, I've got a number in front of me, 2307478, so that's a Scotland Yard number. It's as if they're a completely separate CPS to the criminal CPS. They know what I've just told you, so why can't they just pass it on to the Criminal Prosecution Service to have a look at? Why aren't they phoning these people up instead of me? I'm just getting into arguments with everybody, mate.
Well, what's your name, please?
It's Martin Galileo Smith.
Can you spell that second part?
Yeah, Galileo.
Galileo.
Yeah. Martin Galileo.
Yeah.
Well, there's no really hyphen, but yeah, it was just Martin Smith, then I inserted Galileo.
Okay.
By Depot.
And what's your address, please?
Number 3, Westbrook Close.
And what area is that?
East Barnet, EN4 9AU.
Okay, and do you have a mobile number that I can take at all?
Well, yeah, okay, 0775 15 66651.
Okay, and so basically how do you want to proceed from here? Do you want me to try and get in contact with the original officer, or did you want to lodge this as a complaint and then it'll be a duty officer, usually an inspector from the borough, to give you a call back to discuss?
Well, it's kind of partly both, but there's no point in complaining about the police. It goes nowhere. This guy should be just prosecuted. That's it. That's all I'm interested in. I don't want any more interactions with the police, especially with the complaints procedure. It's,
Okay.
you don't know, you can see what's going on just by bringing up my address. I'm trying to get this council arrested. I'm going to do a citizen's arrest on our council and the Safer Neighbourhood Police Force. The applications have been made at the court. I'm just waiting 2 more days and then I'll know what's going on. I'm going to get Judge Hornby of the Central London County Court arrested for perverting justice. Same with my ASBO team at Barnet Council, all the way up to the Chief Executive, because she's the one that's writing out reports going, oh, he's guilty. Guilty of what? That's a Gestapo inquisition going on here, and I'm not going to lose my home and my dignity over what's been going on here.
Okay, but in terms of this issue now, which there's really the 2 ways which we can
I want to do whatever is necessary to get a proper complaint going to prosecute this bus driver. That's it. I don't care about...
Well, I mean, it's your way, which way we can do it, though. If you want to lodge it as a formal complaint, we can do that way, or if you...
Will it lead to a prosecution?
Well, it may do. I mean, it'll need to go to traffic.
Mate, I've been assaulted by my neighbours, okay? I ended up getting arrested for that because I touched him with 1 finger on the face. I ended up with 3 magistrates' arraignments with no evidence. It ended up at Wood Green Crown Court, not guilty. But the fact that they bent my arm back, broke my thumb and nicked my camera, that's a separate crime according to the CPS. I can't even get that one off the ground. There's photographic evidence, there's medical evidence, it's on CCTV, ABH, GBH, whatever you want to call it, and the courts are turning a blind eye to it because the police don't do it, because the police are guided by the council.
But what if I can just draw us back to this issue?
Yeah, it's prosecution.
How do you want to proceed?
I want to go through the fastest procedure to get him in court and prosecuted criminally.
Right, but I mean, do you want to lodge a complaint?
Not against the police, no, it's pointless.
Okay, well what I'll do then is I'll get a message sent through to the officer who dealt originally, that 8198 ST.
Yeah.
Okay, and ask, is it a male or female?
It was a male guy, quite large.
Ask him to give you a call and then obviously discuss.
He promised to within a week and he didn't.
Right, well I'll be sending another message to him.
Yeah, please.
Okay? I'll give you a reference for this call, okay? And then if you've not heard anything, obviously you can call us back and
on
we
this
can follow it up, okay?
Yeah, please, okay.
Have you got a pen and paper?
Fire away.
Yeah, okay. It is CHS, Charlie Hotel.
CHS, yep.
Yep. Bear with me.
I bet it's in 11,000 somewhere.
No, our numbers have gone a bit funny today because we're on a backup system.
Yep.
So it is 507737.
37. My God, 507737. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Look, mate,
and then obviously, if you just note down that it's from today's date, yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Mate, look, it's not really a complaint with the police. It is a communications link-up problem between departments. You understand? It's not an individual person who's at fault. But I do believe that this council has marked my computer records. It always says take no action. There's something wrong, and I will get to the bottom of it one day.
Okay, well, I mean, we can get this officer in touch with you, and then we can at least have discuss with him what happened, and
look,
take
also,
it from there, basically.
be aware, I want Judge Hornby arrested, and on the 23rd of September, there's going to be a nuclear war going on my front garden on Monday, right, when this eviction happens, because I am not going to be evicted. Okay, but just leave it at that.
Okay, all right.
Thanks very much, mate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Bye.